Right, back down to earth. I want you to consider the pros and cons of running your own business, because knowing what you're in for will actually do wonders in your mind, because then you can see the challenges and you can work out how to overcome them, right? So if I tell you a few of like the standard kind of pros and cons that you might very well have your own, depending on your life circumstances. For example, it's massively rewarding being a cake maker. It's a beautiful industry to be a part of, but it's very stressful. I nearly swore. I'm not going to swear this early. It's really stressful. Like, you might want to be your own boss. That's not always the best reason to want to start your own business, because every single customer becomes your boss instead, right? It's like you can set your own hourly rate, but you can't quite often, especially if you only do occasion cakes, you don't know what you've got booked in until a few weeks ahead, so it's quite difficult to predict your income. You can choose when to take time off, but you don't get holiday pay. You can ditch the commute, but working on your own at home can be really isolating. So consider that. Go through the list of especially the things that you're not liking, the cons, so to speak, and just see what's holding you back. Look at the negatives, see what you can flip. If you don't know about a certain thing like accounting or your environmental health inspection, how can you learn about it? That information's out there. Get yourself Googling, watch my videos. The biggest concern's usually whether you're going to make enough money. It's a really difficult, bit of a truth bomb, but very few businesses even break even in the first 6 months or a year. This is why a lot of people drop out so soon into self-employment. So your first year, you're going to be grafting. Don't underestimate the work that you're going to put in, right? We're not playing at bakeries anymore. It's all of a sudden very real. So you're probably going to keep buying new equipment, tools and things. You'll often lose money on orders because either you haven't had the confidence to price properly, or you've underestimated the time needed, especially when it comes to fondant cakes. There's like a sugar ruffle initiation, right, with cake makers, in that you will always underestimate the time a sugar ruffle cake will take. And you'll be up till 3 o'clock in the morning and you haven't made any money on this cake. Don't let that kind of thing put you off, because you're learning. It's normal. The experience is really valuable anyway. You're never going to undercharge for one again. So if you begin with an excellent product that is priced to make yourself an hourly rate and to make a profit, because those two things are different. I'll go into that in my pricing video. Your profit is what you can reinvest in the business. If you do that, you're in with a much better chance of success. It takes some time to build up a following, to build up a reputation. So in the beginning, think about other income streams. If you're currently in full-time work and you really want to pack it in, see if you can go down to part-time to begin with, so you've just got a bit more money coming in. I will point out, if you're on Universal Credit or anything like that, have a chat with your work coach and find out what they will expect of you, because you just need to be aware. They'll still expect you to work a certain number of hours. There's a minimum income floor. It's all very complicated. I'm not qualified to tell you about that stuff. Chat with your work coach and they'll tell you what's expected of you there. What we don't always consider is that we don't always need to earn loads more money. We can often cut our spending. Even if it's just short term, while you get yourself established. Things like clean your own windows instead of paying a window cleaner. Things like, instead of paying 30 quid for a Domino's every Saturday night, get some pizza and chips from Iceland. you know, you can feed them for a £5 instead. Little bits like that, you can make little sacrifices, you know, don't pay £3 for a cup of coffee, you know. So it's, you don't always have to earn and earn and earn. You can often just spend less and make savings along the way. So once you've established all this, look at your pros, look at your cons, sit with it, sleep on it. You might find you wake up in the morning and your brain's already worked out how you're going to overcome some of these things that are standing in your way. Everything's overcomeable. That were a strange word. I don't even know if that's a word. But yeah, have a chat with a friend, someone who's positive though. Preferably someone who's positive and self-employed. Not a negative Nelly, because they'll just pee all over your ideas. But yeah, if you can always comment on this video and have a conversation. Have a chat with other cake makers and see what they come up with. I'll try and answer every question, every comment with my own input as well. Ways that you can work your way around things. So there's your pros and cons. It's important that you do this.